Yeah, so firstly, I'd just like to introduce myself. My name's McLean. I'm a former AFL player. I played over an 11-year career for two clubs. My first club was Melbourne, and my second club was Carlton. And yeah, I'm here because I've got a mental health story like a lot of people out there do. I mean, I started footy back when I was a young tacker, but didn't make it professionally until I was 17 at the end of 2003. And, for the first few years of my career, things went sort of pretty smoothly. But, after a while, I sort of started noticing, certain symptoms related to, certain types of mental health. But at the time there wasn't really a lot of information around, or mental health was still quite a stigma attached to it. And growing up in the family that I grew up in, very blue collar, very old school. We sort of dismissed mental health. We saw speaking up or talking about our feelings as a sign of weakness, and that was the attitude I took towards my mental health. And I remember, experiencing some really sort of bad days with, mood swings and depression, and, thinking that there was something wrong with me. But, what I used to tell myself was just, get on with it, you drama queen, and just get over it. And, so for a long time, I bottled things up. I suppressed everything. And, there was a time in my career when I started getting injured quite a bit, and that really got me depressed. And I had a lot of issues around self-worth at the time. So when I wasn't playing football, or if I didn't have football to attach my self-worth to, then I really felt worthless as a human being. So I started trying to deal with my problems by drinking, and trying to numb myself or escape my problems. And then after a while, when initially alcohol did help for a little bit, but after a while when it stopped working, I turned to drugs. And that became a bit of an identity for me, a bit of a party boy, a bit of an animal at the nightclubs. And, if I was injured and I didn't have that self-worth, then I attached my self-worth to being a party animal, because I was really good at it and I seemed to be quite popular when I was doing it. So, this went on for the majority of my football career, and then it sort of ended quite abruptly in 2014. And I wasn't a footy player anymore, and that's when things got really bad for me. Without football, without that source of self-worth for me, that just really made things quite harrowing for me. And I went through, to emotional hell, I guess you could say. And I ended up trying to take my own life in 2017. And I was very, very fortunate, lucky enough that I wasn't successful. And I had 2 stints in a psychiatric clinic here in Melbourne. Tried antidepressants, tried lots of psychotherapy. But, when I really started to get better was when, one, I got a diagnosis of bipolar. So I got the accurate diagnosis, which really helped me understand, why I was feeling and thinking, and why my brain was the way that it was. And secondly, once I addressed my issues of self-worth, and I treated myself with compassion and kindness, and once I understood that self-worth isn't relying on what you do or how much money you've got in the bank or what your social status is. It's all about just who you are as a person, and how you treat those closest to you and those that you don't know as well. So I'm in such a great position now that I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm a father to a beautiful 7-month-old girl, and I'm engaged to an absolute amazing woman. And life's pretty good for me. So it's for me now it's about sort of giving back, and helping destigmatize a lot of the issues around mental health. So I'm really excited to be part of this cryptocurrency token, MENT, and I'm really excited to be working with Phil. And I'll be sending a few videos just on my thoughts around a few certain things, and some of the things that I struggled with. And if you are out there and you're struggling, and you are experiencing some mental health issues, please hang in there, and please treat yourself with kindness and compassion, because you're all deserving of that, and everything's impermanent. So feelings change, situations change. You just got to try and hang in there, and as I said, treat yourself with a bit of love. So I hope you're all okay, and I'll speak to you very soon.